Hey, what's going on, players one and two of every age? Spider Nerd once again signing in. Thank you so much for joining me and for your patience. Definitely, I finally moved into my new apartment about a few days back, but took a lot of recoup, I'm afraid. Unfortunately, it was a really um, physically damaging to my body. I'm an asthmatic, if I haven't said that before, but I'm an asthmatic, and it just took a huge toll on my lung capacity, and I was out of commission for quite a while. But once again, I thank you guys so much for your patience here. So, unfortunately, you're going to be hearing cars going off in the background, but um, one of the biggest sacrifices I've had to make. So, as of right now, I kind of want to do a quick review of the Monsters Unleashed event that was here. Um, Long story short, um, I did not have, um, excuse me, the seven streak to get Fin Fang Foom all the way up to streak seven and higher. I was unable to get Devil Dinosaur. Um, I was able to, or Hercules, but I was able to go ahead and get Orgo, and that honestly, I'm all about the oddballs anyway. So I didn't do a video about this, and that was mainly part of my incapacity. Basically, just a few days back, for about $5 or so, you could actually get Danny Rand or Iron Fist, as well as a bunch of accessories for him. So I hopped right on that bandwagon. So real quick, if you guys were able to as well, love to hear the comments below. So congratulations for anybody who got them, what your thoughts on them, and even if you've seen the Netflix original series, definitely let me know what your thoughts are. I enjoyed it. It was a lot better than I thought Luke Cage was, but every Netflix series has its own flavor. So just like the Avengers movies, you're going to be given a little bit of a taste of like how every hero acts. But I liked this dynamic where he was just this nice guy trying to do something good for his community. But as we see here, he has his five-star ranking, three costumes available. So this would be his rank number three costume, where it's just short sleeves, quick little face mask, nothing special. And of course, with rank five, if you can see it, or just turn up the brightness on your smart device or a laptop, whatever you're watching me on, you get the full costume of the Iron Fist. And in the series, you'd think that they would give you a little bit of a tease of his costume. Um, but I guess they might be doing that in a different way because you're gonna get Daredevil. He got his own costume. Luke Cage, Jessica Jones. They don't technically need their own costumes. They're vigilantes. They do what they want. Um, with Danny Rand's Iron Fist, he wore the costume because it was like a rite of passage for anybody who donned the Iron Fist. But I did get a few great costumes to continue this review. I enjoyed it a lot. I think the boss dynamic or the fight dynamic was really well improved upon. Um, you could do little, I forget exactly what they're called, fight boosts, and defeat the bosses a lot faster, which was great. Um, so, um, and let's see here. I didn't really realize that until like towards the end of the Orgo boss fight, but thankfully I was able to grab him. And speaking, nope, don't need you. There he is. So we ended up unlocking Orgo about a few days back. I got him up to rank number two, but in his costumes, you get a little bit of a taste of a shield uniform. So he must be like one of those oddball shield or sword agents. As you can see, you guys already played the event. And those of you who are still new to the Avengers Academy world, um, and who just kind of like hopped into the whole Monsters Unleashed event. Um, Congratulations if you're able to get Orgo. Let me know. I kind of want to know your thoughts on pretty much everything on this event. I follow this page on Facebook, and a lot of people were able to go ahead and defeat the bosses, defeat Fin Fang Foom, get Devil Dinosaur, get all the mechs, and I would have loved to have done that, but in the process of moving in, excuse me, moving out, moving in, it's financially draining. So there were a lot of sacrifices I had to make. Do I want to live comfortably, or do I want to play a video game? So definitely one of the tough calls I had to make. Um, I actually like this character. There's a Easter egg for Orgo in the Iron Fist television series or Netflix series. Definitely look out for it. If you guys were able to find the Easter egg already, let me know in the comments below. So he's kind of an oddball. Honestly, the best way that I can kind of like describe his attitude is that he's kind of like if Howard the Duck's attitude, like laid back attitude, and Hulk's tenacity, like strength, kind of had a love child. But I don't know too much about this character. I know Orgo was part of the um, golden age of the Marvel franchise, so he was a big bad for any of the interstellar superheroes. Um, so very happy to get him. Wasn't able to get Hercules, but not a big deal. I was, however, able to go get the Gladiator Hulk costume. I like this one because it's a mix of his Gladiator costume from World War Hulk, um, where he goes down to this planet Scar, I think, or that's his kid's name, and he gets put into a gladiatorial arena, forced to fight, and then he leads an uprising and or helps in an uprising, and then with the help of his blood, is able to revitalize the planet. But they also gave us a quick tease of what he's going to be wearing in the Thor Ragnarok movie. Um, so I enjoyed getting that, and I believe you could only got this costume with the Hulk crates. Same thing with um, same thing with the Captain America barbarian costume.
I don't have pockets.
No, 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 I don't want that.
I got into this because I wanted to help.
No, well. So unfortunately, it looks like I'm going to get paired. Um, right now, we have Hulkling mimicking Loki in his hunter costume, which you got pretty much week one of the event. Yeah, I ended up getting a lot of extra boosts for the spatial herb stuff. As you can see, the creatures there, that floating terrarium, whatever you want to call it, was there. I got you guys already know that I got the elephant and a few other boosts there. One thing I wish that they did is that in older events when the game launched, if if it was towards the end of the event or even the day after like the event ended, they gave you the opportunity to buy some of the cool decorations, not characters, but decorations. Um, for the event, with still using that currency of the event itself. They didn't do that for this one, so I'm a little bummed out. Here,
I admit you
ended
have
up
to.
getting Amadeus Chow to rank 3. Um, as of right now, I kind of enjoy the way they made him look, but He's mirroring the Hulk to me anyway, mirroring the Hulk a little too much. Um, I thought they would at least try to make him a little bit more lanky, not lanky, taller. But got him to rank 3, and of course his rank 4 is virtually, assuming his
I'm the
rank
Incredible Hulk.
5
Get it?
costume. I'll just go ahead and hop in there. Is basically a little bit like the Red Hulk, where he's got this power gauntlet that helps him transform into the Hulk instead of just bursting out in anger. He's got this. He's basically got his own style to it. Trying to find Moon Girl for you guys, just kind of show you guys what I ended up getting. Nope. Unfortunately, she's a child,
Why
so
make everyone else look old?
there she is. So I got her and to rank 4. um, her 5-star ranking is going to be locked. I think this, I'm hoping anyway, just like the with the older events, that if you weren't able to get them fully ranked, or you weren't even able to get these characters, they're going to be available on a another event later down the line, whether it be a special DVD release, game release, or as they usually do, um, quarter release. So if you weren't able to get Danny Rand during their not the yeah, if you weren't able to get Iron Fist during his original event, you can go. You can always go ahead and get. I believe that was part of the Doctor Strange event, but you were able to get him during that little push. I did see that there were a few people that ended up getting a push for the early release for Thor. So if you were able to get that push notification, congratulations. I was unlucky, but once again it was like $5. You got Thor and you got a few other bells and whistles. So right now, looks like all the upgrades are going to be locked at this point. Or, as you can see in the bottom right of your screen, the abnormally large cost for Avenger coins that it's going to cost to upgrade your hero. But once again, I honestly think that once the Gamma Zone right here unlocks, we'll be able to get a lot of our Gamma radiated heroes fully ranked up. Just like with a lot of our Norse characters, um, we're going to be able to get. Actually, is that it? Oh no, no, I'm sorry. So real quick, before I even jump too far ahead about that, the Thor or Asgard zone. Um, as you can see in the event for the Monsters Unleashed, Fin Fang Foom's tail was no longer available. He was in the event area, and that's why his tail wasn't there. Same thing with the chest there in the center of your screen. It was gone. Um, but towards the end of the Fin Fang Foom story, you were Nick Fury referenced the 10 rings for the Mandarin. Now, the Mandarin was using it for power and stuff like that. And I believe in the early golden age of Marvel, he was able to control Fin Fang Foom. And then come to find out, Fin Fang Foom didn't like that and rebelled against him. Once again, I'm not too familiar of the Mandarin or Iron Man story arc, I'm afraid, but Mandarin was definitely a big giant Easter egg or name drop. So I'm hoping anytime soon, um, not this coming event, and a lot of rumors are saying that the next event will actually start right at 11 or 9 or 11 o'clock tonight. which I'll be going into a little bit more detail here. So I'm hoping that the Mandarin story arc will be coming up a little bit more, so that way you'll be able to get War Machine. Because when the game launched, War Machine was an early unlock for myself as well as hundreds of others. So if you were able to get a War Machine, he should be an unlockable during there. Once again, all speculation. Now for the Thor or Asgard story arc, um, there's got to be a upcoming event for Thor Ragnarok, which is what I mentioned before. That movie, his third outing as Thor. There's got to be a push for it. That's what they might be saving it for. But honestly, who knows? But as you can see here, we still have Thor frozen in time with Laufey, the frost giant. So that'll be pretty good. Now, on to the big news here. So, if you go on to news.marvel.com /games, you'll get a big list of games. And then for Avengers Academy, looks as though for the first time we'll be able to use this guy right here, the Helicarrier. Uh, when you hear those engines roaring, you know it's about to get serious. So basically, this looks like it's going to be giving us the opportunity for sending our heroes out for faraway missions. So as of right now, I have the page up on my screen here. Um, so right now, after being defeated multiple times by the kids at Academy, AIM, Hydra, decide to join forces and reach out to Atuma, which is an evil underwater or villainous underwater bad guy of Namor, which I'm hoping is going to be another character we can get. Namor was really popular in the 60s and 70s, and I think even 80s. They tried doing a rebirth for him, like revitalizing the character, and it wasn't really that popular. Um, but if they do it now with the way that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is going, it's got to work. Having Namor out now would be great. He would fit perfectly. Um, so looks like there's going to be a bunch of schools teaming up together. So I'm thinking that it's going to be like the Spider-Man um, event where we have multiple sites. So we'll probably have AIM or Hydra here, another area here right behind the Stark Tower, as well as the dorm. And we more than likely will have all the underwater stuff occurring right around here where the helicarrier engine is. But instead of speculating, I'll go ahead and just keep reading on. So the trio of villainous schools take new approach to their attack by imprisoning the academy's faculty first, leaving the school in disarray. The students have to overcome their personal rivalries and villainous invaders to free their mentors, imprison the evil leaders, and restore order. So once again, there's always an interview with Alan Warner, the lead narrative designer at Tynico, to get the full rundown. So it looks like this is going to be a 4 week faculty event that kicks off later tonight or tomorrow. Now for the faculty, um, if you guys are new to the Avengers Academy story arc, or if you've been there since the beginning like I have, faculty members would be Odin, Ares, Nick Fury. Oh, there's another one. It's gonna drive me nuts, unfortunately. Um, but I know that there's gonna be a few more because as of right now, it looks like there's going to be. Oh, you know what? Um, Hank Pym / Ant Man. Um, and right now, I've been seeing rumors that it might even involve him becoming Giant Man, which I better late than never. I was hoping that you'd be able to do um, Hank Pym's Iron Man. Wow, Ant Man. A little bit sooner when you got Scott Lang. Like there would be maybe a Civil War aspect, or even during Ultron, you were going to be able to unlock him, or even just get maybe a Hank Pym esque costume, but not a big deal. Um, basically, these big events here at, at the AIM Institute was crushed to help Modoc, Phil Coulson, and Squirrel Girl. And Holiday School was dismantled when the star pupil Red Skull was captured and Madam Hydra defected to join the Avengers, which I have that. Now, I don't have the only character or bad guy I was actually able to have imprisoned was. Come on.
Oh, it smells like pumpkin guts in
Oh,
here.
did I put him away? Ronan the Accuser. Um, from the Guardians of the Galaxy. Everything else I wasn't able to get. But towards the end of the Monsters Unleashed event, especially with Orgo, Modoc was definitely being pushed as a character. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm really keeping my fingers crossed that he is an unlockable character, or at this point, maybe just a boss fight. I'll take him as a boss fight at this point. Um, so it looks as though um, Anam Zola has taken control of Hydra, and the Scientist Supreme started to rebuild AIM. And we haven't seen him since the big AIM event about almost a year ago. Um, oh wow, looks like as of right now, started to rebuild AIM. Uh, but they realize that their only chance to ever beat the Avengers is to join forces with another villainous school and to launch a three-pronged attack. They convince the aquatic conqueror Atuma and his undersea university to launch the assault, hitting the academy with large tidal waves, docking massive battleships at the gates, and capturing the facility faculty in an attempt to throw the campus in disarray. So that's actually going to be very cool. Like it looks like it's going to be another visual heavy event that we have here, like the Monsters Unleashed. So each week the heroes will face a new faction's boss, battleships, and minions, which is once again why we have the helicarrier involved here. Besides rotating factions, the other thing that completely new about the event is allowing players to battle using the helicarrier. Each villainous faction has a battleship, and players must attempt to destroy these ships with the helicarrier. So look, I'm hoping anyway that when it involves the helicarrier, that it's not going to be just used as a mission launch pad where you select a mission, but it looks like we might actually be able to have a small boss fight involving the helicarrier itself and these battleships. It might even just be via battleship where you select where you think the character or the boss is going to be, and then you destroy them. Right, so the event districts look awesome. There's a little bit talk about the events and the districts themselves, and looks like the entire area is submerged in water due to Atuma's tidal waves. So this is all going to be in a certain story arc for this 4 week event. Looks like it's going to be underwater, which is going to be great. Arise, let's see here, and each villainous group arrives with an aquatic headquarters and battleship befitting their theme. Atuma and his forces arrive with a gigantic armored sea creature. Hydra has a flying fortress, and AIM has a crazy floating future tech. Okay, so that's actually very cool. Uh, the event the event building is really cool too. Tony Stark builds an aquatic center to help everyone train for underwater combat. So that's actually going to be even better. Gonna can't wait to see the story arc for that one. Might sneeze. Might sneeze. Okay, so here's a brief lineup here. So it looks like the overall Marvel, some of the legends of the Avengers Academy and overall Marvel lore will involve Odin, Nick Fury, Leader, which was one of our first events when the Avengers Academy launched. which is a big headed green guy. That's how we got Red Hulk and it's gonna drive me nuts. Let me just find him. It's gonna be easier. A bomb. There we go. But it looks like we also get to use Jarvis, Frigga, which is Thor's mother, and Hank Pym, which is great. He states that it's awesome to finally make some of our established faculty available, and great to introduce the established faculty. Excuse me, introduce these iconic characters. So that's going to be even better. Those of you who have already gotten the update, you already kind of saw the loading page where you saw the helicarrier battle sequence. Tuma, which is the guy with the big giant gold fins. Looks like there's a minion there. Might even be an actual character. Once again, not too familiar with the underwater guys, but not a big deal. But Frigga is available. She's the one on that big giant lizard thing. But it looks like even Nick Fury is bringing out the Infinity Gauntlet, which might be that hidden tech that he's not wanted to share with the other students. We also see a brief picture of what the actual fights in the battleships are going to be. It looks like we're going to be getting more outfits. So that's kind of standard, though. Um, New threat, Atuma. I love his design. Odin looks like it's going to be available. Nick Fury looks like he's going to be available. Since these are admins, like administration, um, I'm hoping that they're going to be available for upgrades, etc. Even if they're not playable. If they're not playable, I'm not too worried about it. But I have seen rumors that um, Frigga would be available, as well as Hank Pym. I didn't see anything about Nick Fury, which is kind of a bummer, but not a big deal. But as of right now, I definitely want to keep going on. But I'm just gonna go ahead and call this a video. Once again, I definitely recommend you guys check out the website for yourself. It's news.marvel.com/games. Just click on the Avengers Academy icon on the um, right hand side of your screen. You'll know it when you see it. It looks exactly like your load screen for Avengers Academy. But this will be Spider Nerd signing out, guys. Have yourself a great night. And once again, if you're hearing cars pass every once in a while, I am so sorry. But as always, guys, enjoy the rest of your night and have a great week. Peace.